Hello! Welcome to week 7, oh my god. Right, I think you know the drill if you've not seen any of the other videos. Make sure to go check them out. But I come up with step 1, which is chords. And then we'll do structure later, and then lyrics after that. But the way I usually find out how to play these songs, or to write these songs I mean, is just randomly noodling around. So let's begin! I don't really know what vibe I want right now. Okay, I think that's what we'll go with this week. I've noticed as doing these songs a week, usually like you can make anything into a song. So if you get like an idea that you're like, yeah, I think I could work with that, stick with it, and then you might get a full song out of it. And then you can always use parts of the song in a different project if you want. Just a good way to get ideas flowing. So we'll write this down. Week 7, chords. So we've got D to G. Then I want another chord in there, but I'm not sure which yet. I feel like I use these chords in a ton of songs. But, hey well. So D, G, and then D to an A. That's one part. Nope. Okay. And that could be the chorus, like on the alternating ones. Cool, so we got B minor to G, B minor to A, and then it goes B minor, G, A. I think, let me just play that through again. Yeah, and then we're gonna go back to kind of the first chords we were playing, but alternating D, G to D, G, A. So like this. Oh wait, or was it the other way around? Yeah, we'll do A then G actually. That might have been what I played before, I can't remember. I would check the footage, but I can't bother. So we've got 3 parts so far. Got the D to G thing. And then we've got this other part. And then we have another part. Ooh, I might do that. So it's got an A instead of playing an A chord, I'm going. Usually I write songs with like 2 or 3 parts, so I think I want to try and write another part in this song as well. No, I know what I can do. I'm going to have a key change at the end. Classic key change. Might go to F. Yeah, we'll go to F. I like that. So F, B flat, and then F, B flat. Oh no. Oh no. C, B flat. There we go. Cool. And I think when I record this, I'm assuming I'm gonna do it as a chorus and then key change chorus. And I think I'll have like some instrumentally dum 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 like build up part into the F. Whatever it'll be. Cool. Well, that was very quick, but I think they're the chords I'm going to use for this song. We'll quickly go over them. It's in the key of D to start with. So we got D to G times 2. And and then D to A. Next part is B minor, G, B minor, A, B minor, G, A. Back to D to G, and then D, A, D. And then the other part is the key change. And I think that'll be everything we need to write a decent pop, acoustic song, whatever it's going to be. So I think we should get into the next part, which is the structure. So I'm thinking this song might be pretty easy to make into a structure, as basically all the songs I've done are like a pop, esque structure with like, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, sometimes a middle eight, stuff like that. So I think I'm going to keep along that idea. However, I'm going to keep, basically when I write songs and when I do it on an acoustic guitar, you like strum the chords, obviously with a particular strumming pattern, even if you're just making it up. And that can strongly influence the way you write a melody and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and structure this song with the idea that the strumming pattern will change dramatically, because I do really want that pre-chorus part to have some sort of stops in there, but I don't know how I'd transition that from a verse. But first things first, I think we'll go with verse straight away. And I think actually I want the lyrics, depending on how, I want them to be like a lyric line to come in before I even hit the first chord. And something like that. So I'll just make a note of that so I don't forget. So we'll have a verse, and then I want like an instrumental, but I think what I'll do, we'll have like vocal, so instead of having like a lead line, vocals doing a melody together instead of a guitar riff. Like a lot of the songs I've done have an instrumental and there's like ahs and oohs or whatever in the background, but I want like this to be the foreground, I want this riff to be a vocal riff. Not like an hard one, because I can't sing that well, but it'll be like cheesy riff that you'll remember. After the instrumental, we'll go back into another verse, and then pre-chorus. And then do I want another instrumental, then pre-chorus? Then verse, then pre-chorus again? Or I'll write that down for now, just to change it up. So it'll go verse, instrumental, verse 2, pre-chorus, and then another verse, verse 3 to pre-chorus, and then finally to the chorus. And then I think we'll go instrumental. When I'm thinking of this song, I feel like all of it's going to have like stops. Maybe it will all have stops to just where the position might change. But I feel like this song will be good for having like very static boom, boom, like jabs for the rhythm section. I think actually as well, so it'll go chorus, instrumental, verse 4, pre-chorus, and I think this pre-chorus is going to be slightly extended towards the end maybe, and then into chorus, and then key change chorus. So if you've not seen these videos, now what I do, I record myself playing through the chords, speed it up for you, but I time how long that'll take. So let's get into that. Also, I've not mentioned, but for the instrumental parts, I think it's going to be like the verse chords. Although I might actually have the instrumental with like a... Right, so I didn't play it perfectly, which I never do when I do these timing things, by the way, if you was wondering. But it's around 4 minutes, the song, and I think that's a pretty decent length for this type of style, like a pop song, basically. 4 minutes is quite, it's actually on the longer side for a pop song, but that's good for the style of stuff we're doing with this. So I think that is it. Let's just run through what we've got. I'll tell you what chords are in what part if I've not already clarified that, and then I'll just go through the song. Oh, actually, before I forget, so the other part when I was doing the chords, I said this is how it's gonna go. So D to G twice, then D to A, which it does, but then it does that at the end, that extra holds onto that D chord for longer, and then it starts the progression again. So now I've clarified that, it goes, verse is that D to G twice, and then the D to A, and then the pre-chorus is B minor, G, B minor, A, B minor, G, A. The chorus is D to G, and then D, A, G, but that A is very quick. And then the key change chorus is F, B flat, F, C, B flat. That C is also quick. And then for the instrumental, I'm basically just playing the verse chords. Some alterations, but I'll figure that out when I'm actually recording it. So, the structure of the song. Verse 1, with that vocal line that brings in the song. Instrumental. Verse 2, pre-chorus. Verse 3, pre-chorus. Then a chorus. Instrumental. Verse 4, pre-chorus with a little bit extended at the end of that pre-chorus. Chorus, and then key change chorus. And I might do that key change chorus twice. But that is step 2 done. So you know what step it is next? I hope. If you don't, it is lyrics. So I first want to mention, these lyrics in this song will probably change when I actually do like a full recording / production of it. And I have an idea of how I want the production to be, so this is why I use these as my demos, because they're not a finished product and they're not meant to sound overly amazing. They do sound sometimes rushed because they are rushed, and you know, they never feel finished, especially because there's no drums in it and I like writing full band music. But this is a good example of a demo that I'm like, right, I've got my ideas down, now it's just expand on it, change a few words when I'm recording it, which a lot of these songs can be. So you might notice I use quite a lot of similar words in my songs. That'll probably change if I was to go to a studio and record it. But for now, I don't need to focus too much on lyric writing. It will get better as I practice, but these words can change. These are just a loose idea of songs. So with that out the way, let's put the lyrics here and we'll just read through them first. So, do you ever find yourself in line with no person in sight when your mind is wandering away? I know that my thinking is not so revealing, so things I wish to say don't stay in my brain. The way I'm phrasing it is kind of how I'm singing it, just so you can get your head around it. I think I might be crazy, or maybe the people on TV are loonies and it's not me. So I'm just gonna look for an answer to this love game of madness, cause this time I don't need you. I want you. Now I just want to fly away. This part isn't how I'd sing it. I think it's best if you stay. I just want to fly away. Then happiness is falling away from me. Love is the only game we can't play with 3. So say your goodbyes. Goodbye. Why are you still waiting for me to say things that don't mean anything anymore to you from me? And then again, no, I just want to fly away. I think it's best if you stay. I just want to fly away. And then happiness is falling away from me. Love is the only game we can't play with 3. So say your goodbyes. Goodbye. And that actually goes on a couple of times, but I've cropped the bottom of this image just because I wanted it to be a bit bigger so you could read it easier. So as you can see, there's quite like a jumble of ideas. The reason being is I started off writing it about one idea and then I was like, we'll implement this other idea. Because if you've not seen my other videos, I've mentioned I like to have characters or a story to my songs, and this song, I wasn't too set on what I wanted it to be, so that's another reason why the lyrics will probably change in the future, because I'd be like, no, this is the idea I want, right, let's write lyrics to this idea and not just have different ideas in there. But the good thing about now having different ideas is, if I leave it a long time, which I probably will, to finish this song, then I'm like, it's like a reference for me. It's like, oh yeah, I had that idea and I also had this idea. I'm gonna go with this idea. Whereas if I did stick with an idea but I rushed it, then it might be a bad version of that idea. I feel like I just said an idea a lot. I'll go through a few things that gives you the different ideas. The first bit of the song is, do you ever find yourself in line, like a queue, with no person in sight, no one's around, and your mind is wandering away? So you're in queue, but there's no one even around, you just in a different place, and then they go next, and then you're like, oh, that kind of idea. So it's a very weird, small, niche thinking, but you know, it happens, or it might not do. That's why it's a question. And then the next bit is just random few words. You know, I know that my thinking is not so revealing, so things I wish to stay don't stay in my brain. Loosely means like my own understanding of what I'm thinking. It's not revealing in words, so then it doesn't stay in my brain and I forget what I've thought. It's a very clunky part of the verse, but I like the idea, so I put it in there, and then later on I can change it. I have thought about changing the revealing part, like receiving, so like the way I think isn't so receiving to other people, and then I'd change the other parts after that. But that's just what I went with for now. This project of weekly songs, it's just a way for me to get better at songwriting in a quicker environment, and also just to create like a portfolio of songs, so then if I do want to go to a studio, I have songs ready, and I can also put different song parts together if I think they fit, and it'll make a better song. And these YouTube videos is one, if you want to watch it, you can watch it, and I appreciate you watching it. But two, so I can look back if I forget any details, or I'm like, how did I come up with that, or what did I play? I can look at the actual video. So anyway, I think I might be crazy, or maybe the people on TV are loonies. That basically means what it says. Am I crazy, or are the people on TV crazy, and I should not copy what they're doing, and I'm actually being normal? So the first few lines are about like a person who's not sure if they're crazy. This line's completely different. It's like, so I'm going to look for an answer to this love game of madness. Person doesn't understand what love is. It's crazy to them, so they're trying to find an answer like, how do I do this? Which kind of relates to being a crazy person. This is the pre-chorus now, so now I just want to fly away. It's just like, you know, get away basically. I think it's best if you stay. That doesn't mean with the person, that means stay where you are, I'm flying away. And then the happiness is falling away from me part, that is the chorus. Simply means, you know, you're losing your happiness. And then love is the only game we can't play with three. There's a couple of ideas you can use with this. One of the other songs I wrote was kind of a love triangle, so you could use that point of view for that line. Or if you dig deep, but you'd only understand this if you hear me tell you, it's, so I'm a person and then I have a mentality, but if you're crazy, like the first point of view of the song was about someone who was a bit loopy, or maybe they weren't, they'll have another person in their head telling them what to do. So love isn't a game for three, it's like me, that person in my head, and then the actual other person. You're not going to figure that out, or if you do, well done. But the idea is, it's just like a cool idea for me to put into a song, and I enjoy it. It's like an Easter egg for myself. And so say your goodbyes, and then it says goodbye after it because you've told them to say goodbye, and then you say goodbye. And that, again, any person could be saying that, the person who you're in love with, or your head, you're saying goodbye to yourself because you want to fly away and get away. And then this is like really plain, bland filler. Why are you still waiting for me to say things that don't mean anything anymore? It's literally just, you know, filling in this gap because I felt like it needed another verse here. So I just put this in, wrote these words, boom, done. And then it just does the pre-chorus again into the chorus 3 times. And then that's basically the song. I just want to reiterate, sometimes when I have lyrics, there will be the lyrics I stick with because I feel like they are like the High Up song. Them lyrics are going to stay the same. The Morning Chemistry, that'll probably stay the same. Trouble with Time, probably stay the same. Can't really remember the other songs because I'm going through this so quickly. But the idea is, they might stay the same, but they don't have to. This is literally just like a log for me to look back on. And I thought I'd upload it so other people can see the process. It might help them. It might help you. If you want to write songs and you're like, how would you do that in a quick but chilled out environment? This is kind of how. If you want me to go into more depth, I can do in different videos, which is actually a point I want to talk about. I mentioned in my last video I want to get to 10 songs before I have a little break. I don't plan on stopping making videos. I'm going to try and do it weekly, but it might just be 1 video a week. Technically now, the 2 videos that I release are related. So the video a week will just be 1 topic. The next week will be a different one. It won't be 2 combined, I don't think. But I would like to dive into different things like how I record my demos, You know, it's a simple recording, but I can go into stuff like that if you're interested. I also can go into lyric writing if I was to sit down and actually write lyrics, instead of doing what I do now, which is record the song and then I just sing along to the song and make something up. But I am looking forward to this little break when I have the 10 songs, because then I can focus on finalising them songs. And this series will return. I don't plan on having a long break, maybe a couple weeks or a month or so. But like I said, the videos will keep going. And they'll all be roughly related to the music. This is basically the start of my music career, but this is more of my performance / writing side rather than my education and gigging side. I know gigging and performing are the same, but I do gigging for covers, not performing my own music. That's what I mean by the difference. Even though it's the same word, same thing. And I can also do videos on how I get ready for my gigs, how I set up my set list, what equipment I use. I can do videos like that in the break, which could be useful as well. But I'll stop talking now. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, comment down below anything you think I could have improved on or anything you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video on Sunday, which was the performance of this song 3. Goodbye.